Hey guys, so today we're going to go over all the Pokemon products, or pretty much all of them that the Pokemon Company has released and rank them from S tier to D tier in terms of investability. So to start off, we'll put Battle Deck, go easy for the first one, into D tier. Battle Decks really just have no investability in my opinion. They're large. They were meant to be broken open and used for people that actually want to play the game, the consumers, not for people that want to invest. There's really not much desirability, so D tier, pretty easy one. Second one, we're going to put build and battle kits up here in C tier. And for me, it's C tier because you're really just following the value of the packs in a certain set when you're buying these. So if you're picking a good set like Evolving Skies, obviously picking up the build and battle kits will be decent long term. But you probably wouldn't get the same premium as you would with, say, a booster box. So it's going to go in C tier. Next up, we're going to put build and battle stadiums in C tier as well, but we're going to put it behind the build and battle kit. Obviously, you get two build and battle kits in a build and battle stadium, but just because it's less space efficient, we are going to put it behind the build and battle kit, and we're putting it in C tier obviously for the same reasons. It's basically following the pack value of certain sets. Next up, we have loose packs. Now, for right now, I'm going to put loose packs in C and put it in front of build and battle kits, but I may move some things around. But C tier I'm okay with. Loose packs are all right. Obviously, you have issues like you can weigh certain packs, certain sets, so people don't like that. Obviously, it's more easy for things to have been tampered with, so people aren't going to put a premium on that compared to something like a booster bundle or a booster box. But it's definitely a good investment. It's absolutely space efficient, so we're going to leave it in C tier for now. We may move some stuff around in the future. And while we're here, we're going to grab, we'll just go in order. We'll grab collection boxes. Now, for right now, I'm going to put collection boxes in B tier, and I may move some things around. But my reasoning for this is one thing I like about collection boxes is you can actually see the sets that are inside of them. So one of the issues we have with mini tins sometimes, if it's not a specialty set, or just tins in general, is that we don't know for sure what packs are inside. Whereas with a collection box, you're able to see what's in there. And then normally on top of that, you're getting a nice promo. You may be getting a pin. So again, it really comes down to what sets are inside of the collection box. But more importantly, what promo and what other things, like if there's a pin, etc., are inside the box. For me, there's some really underrated collection boxes. And then obviously for specialty sets like 151, picking up the Ultra Premium collection, I would consider that a collection box. In a sense, like those things are absolutely good to pick up. So for that reason, I am going to put it in B tier. Now, with that said, there are a lot of collection boxes that I'd probably also rank in D tier just because they're really bad. They're mass produced. You see them everywhere. There's no real good sets in them. And then obviously over time, these things will collect value as the sets inside gain value. So the packs inside those are inherently going to be more valuable, which means the box in general will be. But yeah, I mean, I can't justify putting in A tier, obviously not S tier. You are going to have issues trying to sell these in the future. They're not as desirable as some other products, and they are going to be more difficult to ship in the future because you're going to need larger boxes. The exteriors can get damaged and stuff, but just because you can get some really good promo cards and decent underrated collection boxes, I will put it in B tier. And again, with all of these products, it really just depends on what your entry point can be. Like, you could find the worst, you could find Combined Powers, which is the new box that was mass produced. If you could find it for $5, obviously it's a steal, and in that theory, that type of investment would be A tier. But so yeah, it really just depends where you get in, but B, I'm fine with that for now. Moving on to sleeve boosters. This may surprise a lot of people, but I'm going to put this in B tier as well, and I'm going to put it in front of collection boxes. What I like about sleeved boosters is they don't take up a lot of space, for one. Two, there is a certain level of protection to them, like anti-tampering compared to a loose pack. Obviously, what am I trying to say here? Sleeved boosters can be opened. We've seen people unglue them and, open the loose pack inside or whatever. So they can, in theory, be tampered with. It's much more difficult to tamper with them. So for that reason, they're very easy to store. They're space efficient. I really love just the look of a sleeved booster. You can hang them too. So there's a lot of collectability there. I will say with sleeved boosters and with a lot of these other products we're going to talk about, if I'm buying them, I would rather buy them in a full case. So Pokemon puts out a massive case of 144 sleeve boosters. If I was going to buy sleeve boosters, that's probably what I would try and buy and just get a good deal for a bulk purchase. But then also the fact that if I keep that sealed in the long run, there will be a premium because it's a sealed sleeve booster case, essentially. So yeah, that's how I would go instead of just buying a few sleeved loose sleeve boosters. I would just try and get a full case. And I do have a full case of Chilling Reign, which I may have slightly overpaid for, but I love it, and I think long term it's going to do well. So next up, tournament premium collections. I'm going to put this in C tier, and I'll probably put it. I'll put it in front of build and battle kits. I'm not a huge fan of tournament premium collections. They're overproduced. We have seen some interesting ones like the Marnie one, and obviously get a lot of packs inside. You can sometimes get cool promos or whatever. I'm going to put them in C tier just because I don't think there's going to be a ton of interest in them and desire for them in the future. And really, a lot of the value comes down to what packs are on the inside. And then in the short run, people that actually want to play the game. So, for example, the Iono tournament collection came out. That caused the price of the Iono cards in Paldea Vault, or that was part of the reason why the Iono cards in Paldea Vault came down in price. With that said, it's good for players that want to play the game because they can get, that card if they need it. And then also some packs. So again, it really just depends what price you can get into these things for. But long term, I just don't see them being as desirable as other products. So I'll leave it in C tier for now. Next up is going to be ETBs. I'm going to put ETBs in A tier with an asterisk on this. So one thing about ETBs is they do take up a lot of space. They're not space efficient. They do pretty well as we've seen over time compared to other products. But again, if you don't have a ton of space, this may not be the best product to get into. Now, with that said, if it's a specialty set, I'm all for ETBs. ETBs are probably my favorite investment when it comes to specialty sets, unless there's a special product or we get a booster bundle. So for Crown Zenith, ETBs are fine. You could obviously go with the booster bundle for a Crown Zenith as well. 151 again. ETBs are fine, but you could go with the UPCs or the booster bundle. So Hidden Fates would be a really good example, or like Shining Legends, some of these sets where the ETBs were definitely worth picking up when there was no booster box or other kind of like specialty set. And back then we didn't have booster bundles. So for those reasons, ETBs can be very good to pick up. Just remember that they aren't as space efficient. Again, with ETBs, for me, I would rather pick these up in sets of 10 because that's what Pokemon sends them out to their distributors in, and that's what distro, sends them off to LGSs in, is in cases of 10. So if you can pick up a sealed case of 10, obviously in the long run, you're going to have a sealed premium on that. And then again, it's just easier to store. You have the box that fits them perfectly. So yeah. Next up, PC ETBs. Now for now, I'm going to actually put these in front of ETBs in general, but again, asterisk kind of on this. It really just depends on the set. I haven't been buying these for mainline sets. I did pre-order them for Twilight Masquerade just because I have high hopes on the Ogre Pond promo we're going to get in that, and potentially the back half of Mask of Change, what cards we're going to get in there. But I may cancel them. We'll see. The only other specialty set the only other set really I've gotten PC ETBs for were in Scarlet and Violet and onwards was Paldean Fates. I bought 4 of the Mimikyu ones. I do have some Brilliant Stars and Fusion Strike PCTBs, but again, those don't come with stamp promos. I like these just because they come with more packs, the PCTBs, and you get the Pokemon Center stamp promo on top of just the regular promo. So I do think there's value. If you can get them at MSRP, I think it's fine. Long run though, I agree with a lot of people that I'm not sure there's going to be a ton of desirability for them compared to just regular ETBs that people are going to want to buy to open or collect. I'm not sure if people put as much value as we think on the PC version of the ETB, but again, if you can get them at retail price MSRP, you're not buying them on the secondary market once they sell out. I think it's probably actually a really good investment. And again, long term, if you're picking a good set, the pack value inside is going to just cause the overall value of that PC ETB to go up in price. So it's really not that bad. Again, just remember to be space efficient. If you can, buy 4 because that's what Pokemon Center sells for a case of PC ETBs is in sets of 4. if they split them into two different ETBs like we saw with Temporal Forces, you can't just buy two of each to get a full case. You'd need to buy four of each. They would send it in a box, but again, it's not going to be a sealed one of that because they're going to have to open a box, put others in. So just be mindful of that sort of thing because case premiums are a big deal, and that will be extra value in the long run if you keep them sealed the entire time. Next up, check lane blisters. I'm going to put this in B as well, and I'm actually going to put it in front of sleeve booster packs for now. The one thing I like about check lane blisters and just blister packs in general, we'll get to the 3-pack blisters after, is it really just depends on what the promo card is. So, for example, Team Up check lane blisters, you have that awesome Mimikyu promo card, and you also have the Pikachu one with Mimikyu. Like really good promos. Again, a lot of sets have terrible promos, and that would sort of make a check lane blister maybe a C tier. But if they have good promos, I would definitely consider picking them up. What you can do with check lane blisters is oftentimes if you're buying from an LGS or an online retailer, just send them a message or whatever, talk to them. Normally, they get sent a box of, I'm trying to remember how many, is it 288 check lane blisters? Someone quote me on that in the comments if you know. But it's a large box. You can look it up on eBay. But they break them down basically into sets of 16. So you can buy 8 of one check lane and 8 of the other if the set comes with 2 different check lanes. That's how these inner sort of boxes are formatted. So if you buy 8 of each, you'll get like a sealed inside, one of the inside parts of a large master crate of check lane blisters. That's again how I would go. Keep it sealed if I didn't have to open it. And yeah, so I'm gonna move 3-pack blisters as well up into B tier. I'm gonna put it in front of check lanes for now. And again, same thing with check lanes. What I would do is I would just buy them in a case format. So I think for check lane or for 3-pack blisters, sorry, I believe it's 24. Someone correct me if that's wrong. So if Pokemon Company releases 2 different promos of 3-pack blisters, it should be 12 and 12. I'm pretty sure. If I'm wrong, someone quote me in the comments. Either way, you can look it up, and that's again what I would do with the check lanes. I would do 3-packs. Just buy them so you get the sealed case, throw it away, and yeah. The problem with 3-pack blisters is obviously it's going to take up a bit more space, but that shouldn't be a huge deal. Moving on to trainer toolkits, I'm going to put this in C tier and probably just put it behind build and battle stadiums. Again, if you're buying these, you're basically just buying the packs inside. That's all, and it takes up a ton of space, so it's not space efficient at all. Way better products to put your money into. But you could also buy them if you get a good price. Just break them down and pull the loose packs. That kind of goes with a lot of these sort of products. If you can get them at a decent enough price, you can just break them down, pull the loose packs, store them, or sell those. So yeah, same reason I'm gonna put collection boxes in C tier as well. I'll put them probably in front. Build and battle stadiums, again, just for the logic of size. Maybe they're less space efficient actually. I'm going to put them behind build and battle stadiums. These normally come in sets of 9, which is like a weird number, but I actually have some of these right now. I bought 2022 fall collection boxes. They take up so much space. When I get back to the country, I did get a good deal on them, so I'm not mad about that, but they take up a lot of space. So when I get back, I'm just going to be breaking these down, pulling the loose packs. A lot of times you'll get like promo cards, you'll get a coin. You may even get like a notebook to write in and a mini binder for a few cards. So again, those are things that you could sell off or just donate. I have someone in my town that just comes and takes like the binders and the notebooks and even just the tins for me. So I don't have to throw them in the garbage. The person who takes them, she runs like a TCG kind of club for children, and I think it's a great thing. So no waste there. Again, just be mindful if you're buying these that they're going to take up a lot of space, and it's kind of a hassle to break them down too, just getting rid of all the plastic and the metal tins, obviously. So yeah. Next up, mini tins. For this exact same reason, I'm probably going to put these in C tier. Well, not the exact same reasons, but I'm trying to think here. Probably put them in front of loose packs, obviously. Yeah, I think that's okay. The thing with tins is if it's a specialty set like 151 or Crown Zenith, you know what you're going to get inside a mini tin. It's going to be 2 packs of that specialty set. Whereas if it's not a specialty set, like it's just a random mini tin, like the Galar Power mini tins, those have been reprinted like 2 or 3 times already. So you don't know exactly which packs are going to be inside. So specialty set, I'm okay picking them up if you get them at a decent price. Again, they do take up a fair amount of space, and then you get stuck with all these tins. So, and those can be heavy as well. If you can get a sealed display, that would be ideal. I do believe there's normally 10 mini tins in a sealed display. So if you can get sealed displays, that's awesome. Loose mini tins, yeah. If you can get them at an all right price, fair enough. But not something I ever really want to pick up. So yeah, that's really all I got for that. Next up, mini binder tins. This may surprise a lot of people. I'm going to put this in D tier above battle decks. Now, the reason it's in B tier, or in D tier, excuse me, is you're really just overpaying for a loose pack. You're never going to be able to find these. Well, hypothetically, you should never be able to find these for a cheaper price than you would be a loose pack. Now, obviously, it has some level of protection from being tampered with because you have the sealed binder or whatever and the pack's inside. So in that sense, it's better than a loose pack, which I put in C tier. So if you could find these for the same price as a loose pack, sure, go for it, I guess. But you're really just going to be overpaying for a binder that no one really wants. Most people are just going to be throwing them away. I can't really see there being much collectability for these in the future, so it's just going to be a hassle to get away with, throw these away or sell them off in the future. And if you want to just break down the loose packs, again, it's just a ton of work. So probably not something I would be investing in. I would definitely stay away. Same thing with these holiday calendars. I'm going to throw these in D tier as well. Now I will put it in front of or behind mini binders, like so. The reason these are in D tier is they're always just overpriced from the Pokemon Center. Again, if you can find these from a distributor or an online retailer for cheap, to the point where it's worth it to pick them up and then just break them down for the packs inside, fair enough. Again, the problem with these is you don't know for sure what packs are going to be inside. It does tell you online, and I'm not exactly positive these get reprinted, but again, there is no guarantee. And they're also just incredibly space inefficient, so not something to pick up. Next up, TCG Classic. I'm going to put this in D tier as well. I'm not a fan. I don't think there's going to be a ton of collectability for these in the future. With that said, it really just depends on what the promo cards start going for. They did reprint these, so there's a lot out there. So I imagine now if the promo cards aren't worth a ton, they're not going to be worth as much in the future. You're paying up a ton for, really not anything super special. They're widely available, so if people that really want to collect these, it's very easy to find one now. So in the future, I don't think they're going to be very desirable. And again, space inefficient, shipping will just be a pain in the ass. So for now, D tier. Next up, booster bundles. This may surprise a lot of people. I'm going to put in A tier above PC ETBs and ETBs. I love these things. They're very space efficient, in my opinion. Obviously not as space efficient as a booster box, but pretty good, better than both ETBs. These really, I actually kind of like these moving forward in the future. Obviously, I don't like the design of the new booster bundles, like the Crown Zenith one and Temporal Forces that we've seen. That's kind of more square compared to the Lost Origin 151 ones that are just a better shape. With that said, I mean, they're still really space efficient. You get 6 packs inside. And what I like about this is as we see sets become more expensive in the future, for example, a set like Lost Origin, which is going to be, or even Crown Zenith potentially, but Lost Origin most likely, when it's a $500-600 booster box in, however many years, 5-6 years plus, some people may want a piece of Lost Origin, but they're not going to be able to afford a $500-600 booster box. This is going to be a solid option instead of going for that. And that's why I think if you can pick them up at a good price, they're worth getting. I have like 45 Lost Origin ones. I think I have like 10 151 ones and like 24 Crown Zenith ones. So I pick them up if they're at a good price. They're pretty easy to store in comparison to ETBs. And also you just don't have the extra fluff with it like dice or anything like that. So that's why I'm going to put it above both types of ETBs for now. And then tins, second to last thing, I'm going to put tins probably at the start of C tier. Above mini tins. I do like tins. I have a lot of tins. I bought a ton of Divergent Power ones. And I also have some Crown Zenith ones as well. I like tins because compared to, other types of things like mini tins, normally they have better protection on the inside. Like they'll have a plastic a plastic piece in the middle that holds all the packs. So normally compared to a mini tin, the packs inside are in better condition. You normally also get a promo card. Sometimes you get a coin. Maybe always you get a coin. I'm not exactly sure on every single Pokemon product, but they are larger. They're not space efficient. They will keep packs in decent shape. So again, if you can get them at a decent price, like I think it's okay to pick them up. And obviously, anti-tamper. There's something to show that they haven't been tampered with because they're sealed inside a tin with a plastic covering on the outside. Or you can even buy cases of 6 or however many. So that's even like an extra level of anti-tampering. So yeah, C tier. Not space efficient, not the worst if you can get them at a decent price. And then finally, this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone. Booster box, S tier. Really not much to talk about here. We always see premiums on booster boxes compared to other products in terms of pack value. Very space efficient. I mean, you're just stuffing 36 packs inside of a box and then 6 boxes in a case. Case is pretty space efficient as well. Again, if you're going to buy these, try and buy booster boxes in sets of 6. That'll be a case. Normally, you can get sealed cases for newer products from distributors. That's what I'm doing now with probably Evolved and some other sets. I'm trying to think if I want to move anything around here. 3-pack blisters, check lane blisters, sleeve boosters, collection boxes in B tier, C tier, Juniper's premium collection, build and battle kits. Maybe I'll actually move premium tournament collections behind build and battle kits. Now, what I'm thinking here is just that with a build and battle kit, if you can get them in a sealed set of 10, that may be something worth holding on to long term. That may be a much better option than picking up premium tournament collections. And just for that reason, I'm going to move it in front. Everything else looks fine. D tier, I'll put battle decks behind the TCG Classic. And I'll actually, you know what, I'm going to put TCG Classic in front of Holiday Calendar just for the potential that long term those promos could be worth something. But again, D tier, like don't touch any of these, not worth it. C tier, any of these products, if you can find them at the right price and it makes sense to break down a lot of them, like the build and battle stadiums or the collector's chests, or if you have space, I mean, fair enough. Again, these are things that are harder to get rid of long term. There's just not as much desirability, or loose packs. People aren't going to want to buy just loose packs from any random person. B tier collection boxes, fine. It really just depends on the promo and what's in there. Sleeve boosters, I love them. Try and buy in a case of 144. Check lanes again, try and buy in case values of 16, or I believe it's 288, and then I believe it's 24. And there may be a larger master box for those. I'm not too positive. If you know, comment down below. ETBs, PC ETBs, Lost Origin, or just booster bundles in general, and then booster boxes. This is my list, guys. If you have any disagreements, or if you agree, you want to chime in at all, leave in the comments down below. You know what to do. Subscribe if you made it this far in the video. Leave a like. It really helps out the channel. With that said, thanks for watching. Stay safe wherever you are in the world, and I'll catch you in the next one.